Just a couple of seconds to go for the market open, and we'll have the first rate starting to come up. We'll look at the indices as always, and then we'll get down to stocks. What do we have? Sensex is up 0.5%, so 83,600. The Nifty is starting with the 0.5% gain, 25,540. You got the Nifty Bank, which is up 0.5%, 53,275. And the sort of mid-cap index is up 0.5% as well. Actually, you know, for the broader market holding on and doing a little bit better as compared to the last few days, perhaps, is more important than what the Nifty does on a day-on-day basis, because that's where portfolios will sort of feel the heat or the pleasure one way or the other. Yesterday was a case in point. Frontline indices did nothing, but broader markets were seeing some selling pressure. So heat map on your screen. I think I can't see red yet. As you'll the Nifty heat map, the number of stocks, I think all 50 are higher. So that's a good start. 100 now on the Nifty. 25,530 is where we are starting. Okay, there's one stock which is down, which is Tata Motors.
Yeah, so Tata Motors is the red one. The other interesting thing to watch is whether banks can continue that strong momentum or not, because right now the start for the Bank Nifty is a step behind the Nifty. Bank Nifty is up about 0.3%. And those gains are fizzling off a little bit. So ICICI, Kotak, they're not doing too much. And that's been the problem with banks. No consistent build on the big bank trade. Let's see how that plays out. Anyway, let's talk about what's up. Commodities and anything that's global facing, because even the commodity markets are rejoicing that rate cut finally. JSW Steel, Tata Steel, Hindalco, ONGC, Coal India. So that's where the gains are this Friday morning. M&M is having a good pop, 1.5% on the upside. It's a bit of an outlier. It's probably the best performing auto stock on the Nifty right now. Then there's some buying on names like Wipro and HCL Tech. So some of the tech names coming through. Some buying on consumer names like Britannia and Nestle. They're in the mix, so not too bad. Infosys, SBI. Actually, everything else is mildly higher. The only thing to watch is whether banks can retain their mojo or not, because some of them are already slipping. Axis is already in the negative. Kotak is now flashing a little bit of red. And then there's Tata Motors, which is the other stock that's weak. But otherwise, quite okay. 100 points up on the Nifty right now.
Well, the stock of the morning definitely has to be IIFL Finance, up 9% at the open itself, as the RBI has lifted the restrictions imposed on their gold loan business. So that's higher. And we also have a decent traction on all the other IIFL listed companies. So we have IIFL Securities, just a sentiment rub-off out there. But what's also important is that this up move on IIFL Finance has caused a bit of a down move on other gold financiers. So Muthoot Finance is actually among the top F&O losers today. Remember when the RBI had put the restriction on IIFL first, Muthoot Finance and Manappuram were the ones which actually saw most amount of gains, hoping to consolidate their market share out here. But now that competition is back in the fray, these stocks are under a wee bit of pressure. We're also seeing some traction on Balrampur Chini. There's a stock that has come out of F&O ban. A couple of these metal stocks doing well, JSPL, etc. as well. Vodafone Idea this morning, there was a slightly positive-ish sort of note coming in. So as a result of which that stock seeing some bit of an up move after a big decline that we saw yesterday as well. Mahanagar Gas is seeing some bit of profit taking. And we have ITD Cementation, which again is gaining on huge volumes. Reports of some sort of deal, news reports. We've reported it here on CNBC TV18 as well. So we'll keep an eye out on that one. ITD Cementation is a stock which is seeing a big move. ITDC Cementation is the one that should come up.
There's also Indostar, Manglam. I don't know if you mentioned that. 7% higher because they've sold their home finance business to a PE firm, and I think the money they're getting for it is about 1,700 crores. That's a substantial cash that's coming in to Indostar. 7% up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the stock's not done anything at all for a long time, so there is that bit as well. So there's room there. Well, IIFL is the biggest, by far the biggest volume-led gainer with a 9% pop. It's holding. I think newspaper report on ITD is that Adani Cement is the front runner now, and the deal announcement is expected very fast, very soon. So that's why this one is excited. Remember that 46% stake in which the promoters are looking to sell. And we'd reported that a player like KEC was interested as well. That's the big mover today. 1.6 million shares coming through. So we'll see. JSW Steel is up 3%. It's got very large volumes. Reliance Power continues to do well, 4.5 higher, 36. Hindalco is up 2.5. You'll hear from the management a little later here on the show. 236 on Hindalco. Balrampur Chini is up 2.5%. There is Interarc, that is a building products company, 7.5% high. Recent listing 1270. Lodha is up 2.5%. Mankind is up 4%. JM Financial is up 2.5%. Hindustan Zinc is up 2%. EID Parry is up 2%. CMS Info is up 3.6%. So there is, I mean, right out of the gates, a lot of action and a lot of sort of movement, both mostly on the upside. I mean, if you want to look at what is down, Muthoot is down the most, 2.5% in terms of backed by volumes. Godfrey Phillips continues to take a bit of a pullback. It's at about 76.20, and there is GET&D, which is down about 3.5%. It's got outsized volumes as we start this morning. By the way, Nifty is down 50 from the highs of the day, and that'll come up on your screen. We were up 100, and very quickly there is a bit of a pullback which has emerged straight up on your screen. So 25,469 is where we find ourselves at.